my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Welcome back after the holidays and happy Kwanzaa to everybody out there. That starts today. It has been so much fun to see all of the Christmas decorations that were happening in the Quilt Along with Pat Sloan group at Facebook. So if you didn't have a chance over the last few days to go take a look. Now that is done, so you can't share your quilts your decorations anymore. If you have a Christmas quilt, that's fine, but the decorations were just for those few days. And it was spectacular. It's such a wonderful showing of your home, your town, your outdoors. Just thank you so much for opening up and allowing all of us to be part of your holiday. Okay, so we have this week in between Christmas and New Year's. I used to just love organizing, planning, taking off, doing that kind of thing, especially early when I had this business, and particularly when I had worked a corporate job. In the last few years, I've sort of shifted what I do this week and have done a little bit more of that earlier in the month. And so I am going to focus this week on finishing things, getting the January calendar finalized, which we'll have in a day or so. So I'm having the ambassadors look at it with me so they can catch anything I miss or left on that shouldn't be there. It's good to have some other eyes. So we'll be doing that and getting the calendar out to you. It might not be till Friday, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if it'll be on tomorrow, which would be Wednesday. I think that might be a little tight. So the things that I have to accomplish, and I did accomplish. Now, of course, this is the Tuesday after Christmas. I actually filmed this in little parts over the few days before Christmas because I wasn't filming anything Christmas Day. So I finished the bag, right? I've got the mug rug done and all the binding done on it. So that is the cutoffs from here plus a couple of more, just make a little mug rug. And then this is the friend I'm going to send this book to. Remember, I got 2 of the 52 list books. So this is one I'm sending to my friend. So I'm gonna be packaging this up and it'll go in the mail. It should be mailing today or tomorrow to her so that she gets it in time to start. I also want to tell you that January I had something really fun planned, really, really fun, but I'm not giving any hints yet. Just telling you now, Other things I have to do. The critter quilt is still up here because of the wonderful things you've done, or however that goes. I have to do the label. So I decided, remember I had that whole pack of labels, or that sheet? Yeah, so I had this thing of labels. So there's some really cool ones on here, but a lot of them, like the clothing, I want to use those ones, like things like this. I think I want to use them for something of mine because, I started out sewing by clothing. So anything with clothing patterns, I just adore. The scissors I want to use on one of my quilts. So on this one, what I did was select the bird because it's a sewing bird, what were those used for? Who knows? Tell me in the comments. Who knows what the sewing birds were? It's escaping my brain. I don't know if they were a pin cushion on the top of it. That's what I'm thinking. These, I think, were Victorian, often metal, and then maybe there was a little pin cushion like in the body at the top of the back. Anyways, I am going to take this and fancy it up just a little bit. But before we do that, let me tell you, I need some names. If you made the giraffe, I think Peggers made the llama. So Peggers, if you did, tell me that. The llama. I need to know who sent me the little applique critters, that crab. Yeah, I think I have everybody else. And so those I need, and I will add it on. So I was going through the list. I realized I could not find the name for the giraffe when I went back and put the names. So that will be good if we get those. Now here's what I'm going to do. I decided that I would go through my parts center. Here, let me just get this. I would go through the parts center. So that's what this bin is. My parts center has expanded. I actually have a second basket now because I could not fit them in here. So I also discovered I have this whole stack, that needs put into a part center bag, because the part centers are extra blocks, and they're sort of they're sort of by groupings. Like this is red and white. Here are a lot of blue and white. I've got one of tons of fall colors, you know, that kind of a thing. Well, the basket, here it is. Here it is, because I know you need to see it. This, so the basket got too full. These were in here, the red, the blue, and so I started a second basket, well, over here, but it's not real full, but it's got some other things in it, so I need to, that's one of my things in January, is to decide on these. But you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not talking about that, are we? We are not talking about that. What I needed to get out was the red and whites, because I want some half square triangles to fancy up the label. So here is, so I found this little bag, and it had a bunch of half square triangles, and they were the same size. Hallelujah, the same size. Yeah, there were other sizes, but I have enough of the same size. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make a little kind of a little star, and I think it'll turn out super cute. I'm going to have to figure out this block. The center will be 5.5 finished. So it's 6 inches right now, which is a wonky size. So I've got to do a little math, and what I'll be doing is doing a little math to figure out a strip in here to get this to 6 inches unfinished, and then I will have 2.5 inch squares of light that I can write on, you know, some sort of light that I can write on, because I'll probably put like the date in one of them, put my name in one of them, put all the block makers' names down here, you know, probably like the critter quilt at the top, and then blocks by, and then list all of your names on here that made blocks for this quilt. And then the backing, I have our friend that sent that. I have her name, and then my long armer's name, because she donated her time to quilt this for charity. So that is what I'll do there. Okay, the other thing that I am working on is to unsew the one line on my Oh My Stars, the one row, the straight row. So I've got that unpicked, unsewn, about 1/3 of it. So I have the other 2/3 of that to do, which is in progress. So I am good there. I'll get that done, and then I can put the binding on the Oh My Stars, and I'll do a hanging sleeve on that, because I might hang that in my dining room. And I want to get some sort of a tree for the mushrooms, a smaller tree to hang all the mushroom ornaments on, because, you know, and I'll probably end up putting some maybe in a basket or put them on this stand. So I found a couple of trees. So I'm going to show you here. Here's 2 options. So the first one is a tree that's a green tree, you know, like evergreen color. And I probably have to get like a 3-foot, I'm not sure, 4 foot might be too tall. 3 foot, they're not going to be quite as full, but you know, they won't be too tall. I just don't have space for anything taller. So here's the evergreen one. But also our ambassador Suzanne spotted this very glittery one with lights, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So I don't know, I'm thinking the lights, just because it's fun, I can always get a green one, and the light one I could always use somehow else if I decide after a while I don't want it for the mushrooms. But I think the mushrooms are just so stinking cute. I need to keep them out and decorate with them. A few of you suggested that I could do some sort of a like succulents in a tray, and put some of the ones in that are not, a lot of these are felt or glass or things that I don't want to put in dirt, but there might be some that I could. The problem is I don't have space for that. My house is very small, and there's a lot of room already used up, and this room has the best lighting for plants. I have all but one plant in this room, and so of course in here there's no place to put something like that. So it's a wonderful idea, and I think that it sounds so darling, but I don't think I can do that. So I think I have to go tall and thin and just enjoy them on a tree of some sort. So there are some other things for today besides Kwanzaa. It is Thank You Note Day. So if you have a quilt with writing on it, I think it would be great to share that. Something that has a text print or has words. That would be super cool to celebrate. Now I had on the calendar to talk about the sea glass quilt, and I'm just going to show you the blocks because I have not worked on them. I'd have to take them down. I could just go ahead and take that quilt down now. I had it up there because I was getting the stuff for the label, getting all the names. But here are all the sea glass quilts. And you remember when I put it up there before, I did some rows, and I have those all, see them all together like that. So what I'm thinking is that I need to start sewing these rows, but I probably should look at it again to see what it really looks like up there. Also, I have drawing room. Because we didn't have Monday, I forgot to put drawing room on today. So I don't know. We might just take a pass on drawing room. I am still sewing the blocks. Where are they? They're over here. I didn't quite get the blocks done yet, but they're on the list. They're over here. So let me just put the sea glass up because I do think that they will be an in-between project. I have the 4 patches, which are actually almost done. Do you remember these? I only have 1 set of blocks, well 3. I only have like 3 blocks to finish, and then that can be made into a quilt. So maybe that also needs to go this week. Maybe that needs to be this week as well. So many things this week. Oh, did I show you this? Yes, I was having some peppermint coffee with the peppermint peep in here, but it's melted. Okay, so you can see. Can you see there? That's all that's left. It tastes so good. It tastes so good. And this is a cute mug that came from our friend Jerry. I think Jerry sent this one. All right, let me just put those sea glass up there and we will see what they look like. Okay, so I don't remember what I was doing in the plan and I didn't make a note. So you can see there I had 6 blocks in here. So I've got like, this is A, B. So I don't know if I was chunking it down 6 blocks by 6 blocks maybe to make a unit. I'm guessing that that's probably what I was going for because it's a little easier to handle it in sections rather than doing like 12 across or whatever I have. So I am going to just go ahead and finish putting up these in the order I had clipped them. You know, I have these little alphabetic clips. Aren't they cute? Look at that, a little alphabetic clip on there. So I will continue. Alrighty, the 3rd row, I have 3 more blocks. 8 across. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, I'll keep going. Note to self. Write down what you're doing and what you're thinking about when you put things away. So getting down the layers, I found a section sewn together. I have to look to see, there are directional fabrics in here, so I keep all the directional fabrics so they're face up. So I don't know where that one was going. And is this all? Is it? Yeah, so here is a whole side. It looks like I did sew an entire, whoops, got the ladder there. Look. All right, okay. So I am going to actually count what I have because I still have this. Look how many blocks. So I am going to count all this and see what the size I have. There's a lot. I need to stop making these, I think. I think I have more than I need. I'm going to make this bed size. I'm going to put it on my bed because I'm loving it so much. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Sea Glass project, I have done several of these quilts with 2.5-inch squares, and I just use them to start and stop as I'm sewing, and then while I'm doing that, I'm creating a whole nother quilt. And I've done one that's like confetti colors, I've done a green and white, and I've done a red and white, maybe a blue and white. So this one's this kind of sea glass colors, and a lot of you sent me the aqua square. So I have lots and lots of squares from all of you. Okay, I'm going to regroup and count everything and get it all up there and see what we have. So we took a break and it was lunchtime. So we went out and had some lunch, stopped for refreshment, Starbucks, on you on the way back, so that I could go dive back into the sea glass quilt. Okay, so I had to have a think. I figured out, okay, what did I figure out? I'm going to do 12 across and 11 down, because that gives me a 96 inch across. These are 8-inch blocks finished, and 88 inches down. So it's a little bit wider, one row wider than longer, because I just don't need that length. Although, who knows, I might do it 96 by 96 in the end. But I had to take these parts I found. So what I need to do is I have this section here, which is not the whole length, but if I add this to it, it is, but this isn't the width of this one. So I'll add 3 blocks on here, and that'll then be a 3 by 3, which I will add onto this. And then it can be 1 row down. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and fill out the rest of this wall so we can see it. So there it is. It is not all the blocks. There is still a stack here, and the stack that has to go, that I just showed you, goes added on. But I got enough to fill up the wall. There's also needs to be, I think, 2 or 3 more columns for the widths, because it's 12 across, and that's like not 12 across. What I counted was 9 across, I think. And so there's 3 more rows, because, you know, I can't fit a long or wide, 92 inches up. That's not a 92-inch space on the wall there. But it gives you the whole idea of it, and it's just so much fun to look at all the blocks. Like, I'll pick one up and just, looking at the fabrics, like, this is my fabric line here from Birdsong, and just, think about them. And then some of you have sent me a lot of these. Just so fun, such great fun. And I need 132 blocks to do what I want to do. So I have plenty. I think I have extra blocks, which I'll put into a baby quilt. I might have to add a few more blocks to finish up a baby quilt, but that's okay. It will work out wonderfully. So the elves left a few more things just before Christmas. Let me show you what the elves brought. Betty in Virginia sent this beautiful snowman card. Love him. And red. Look at all the cardinals. See all the cardinals? So perfect. Just so perfect. Let's see. Betty in Oregon. Betty in Oregon has this. You all sent beautiful messages. The poinsettia. So pretty. Next year I'm getting a poinsettia. But I get poinsettia cards, so I think that's a win. I think that's a win, don't you? Yeah. You gotta take your wins, right? Gotta take them. Sandy in Florida, she sent me the cutest Snoopy card. Look here. Look at this. I love Snoopy. Love him. And some beverage. Beverage card, Starbucks. Thank you so much. Oh, let's see. I've got from Amy in Virginia. All the Virginia quilters. This is so pretty. Look at this. Look at that. I love it. So pretty. And she sent me a sweet Starbucks card. Oh, I love that. It's beautiful. I love having the cards all up on the coffee table in the dining room, like I showed you on my Friday video. If you missed that, you can go back and watch my Friday video. Renee in Idaho. Look how sweet this is. Look at the chickadees. I just love them. And I'm getting great beverage refills. Thank you. They are definitely used. That's and from Valerie in New Jersey. I used to live in New Jersey, down on the shore. I lived on the shore. All this merry and bright. I like that. Like it. And thank you. Let's see, we have a little bunch of goodies here from, who are these from? Vicki in California. And Vicki sent, she sent a card with a snowman. It looks a lot like a Jim Shore snowman. For those of you who collect those, I have a few of Jim Shore figurines. They're so cute. And then she also sent me a Starbucks. It's taped in here, so I'm not going to take. Sent me a Starbucks plus a few other goodies that she found. She found some flamingo fabric. Look how darling that is. And some mushrooms. Look at the mushrooms. How cute are those? Loving the mushrooms. Some gummies. Lots of fun gummies. Snowman gummies. And the sweet. Look how sweet that is. The flamingo button. And a mushroom. Oh my goodness. So cute. A wooden one. Just adorable. I love it. Love it, love it. And let's see. We've got two other ones from... Let's see, I've got this one from Roberta in Michigan. She made the card. So look at this. So she sewed the card. Isn't that adorable with the snowman fabric? So yeah, so she made that. And then she told me a bunch of other stuff here, which I think, yes. So let me show you. She made, this is a gripper, you know, like so that you can pick up things more easily. So she made me that, and this cute mug rug. So it's a nice, good size. I might let Mr. Greg share that one because it's a it's a nice manly size mug rug. That's then she had all kinds of fun things. Some gummies. Look at the reindeer. I love that old-fashioned Rudolph, old-fashioned Rudolph. But she found, I've not seen these, jet puffed. Oh, now those sound interesting. The Gumi Lifesavers. Remember those Lifesaver boxes? Did your grandma get you those at Christmas every year? My one grandma did. We always got a box, Lifesaver boxes. They opened up like this, but then there would be the Lifesavers in it. So I'm anxious to try those. And then the Jet Puffs. They have little faces on them. These are going to be so good to dunk in the coffee. Let's like put them in the coffee, let them melt. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I have one more from our friend. Let's see, where is our friend from? This is Mary in Ohio. Okay, so she sent a couple of things she found. I think Mary might be the one that says, like, once you start thinking about an item, like, and maybe somebody else did too, but like if you start looking for something, you can't find it, but then as soon as you find it, then you see it everywhere. So like mushrooms. I think all of you are seeing mushrooms everywhere because now I like mushrooms. But she found me magnetic clips. So like you could put, you know, they got magnets on the back, but look how darling they are. I don't have to use them as a magnet. I can use them as regular too. So cute. And she found... Well, she decided to get me, even though she saw that somebody else had sent one of these. Now I have two of these binding babies, but she decided to paint my red glasses on there. Look at that. She painted them on for me. That is so darling. So these are fabulous for winding your winding your I keep wanting to say bobbin. Winding your binding on them to store or to like spool off. That you can put it on the spool on the top of your machine and let it, you know, be there while you're trying to use it. Lots of great uses for them. I know the lady who invented these. She's super nice. And the last piece she found, look at this. It is a mushroom pitcher. See, let's still got this, still have the little thing on it. So there's a pitcher and the mushroom lid. Oh my goodness. I think I like mushrooms because they're red and white. Red and white. So many of the mushrooms are red and white, which is perfect. Perfect, perfect. The elves dropped this on Christmas Eve, so I wanted to pop it in here on the Monday video with the other things. So this one I don't have who it came from, but it is amazing. So email me at pat@patsloan.com if you were the person who sent me the Duchess ornament. Look, it says Duchess on it. You see that? Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my goodness. So I've got it on my tree, getting it out on my tree. And then had a wonderful card from Diana in Washington State. Look how pretty this is. And she found me mushroom fabric. Oh my goodness. So darling, with cardinals. Mushrooms with cardinals. Red, red, everything red. I love it. Mwah. Also, speaking of red, my glasses are broke. The arm of my, I did something and I bent the arm, I bent a hinge on the arm because these are spring hinges. And so these are on the short the short list. They're probably not going to make it. The hinge is probably going to break off. But I'm wearing it until then because I'm going to order a new pair. I looked and looked and looked, and there weren't. I prefer not to have these springs, but they make them a lighter weight classes, so I can get the same ones again. As of today, when I'm filming this, they were still there, and so I think I'm going to just get the same pair again. I've had these about a year. What's funny is that so many of you associate the red glasses with me. I've worn glasses since the 5th grade, and I've only worn red glasses since 2020. So 4 years, that's it. The rest of the 60 years practically that I've worn glasses, 50 years maybe I've worn glasses, or 55 years I've worn glasses, whatever. Most of that I've worn brown frames or black frames or tortoise shell frames or metal frames. I've never had red frames, and I always wanted red frames. So in 2020, I decided right at the beginning of the year to buy red frames. And this is the second pair because the first pair I had to get a change of prescription. So I am going to go ahead and order, but you might, I don't know. I'm not one who can change color glasses that well. Some people can change frames. You know, mine, unless I could get this exact same frame in another color, my eyes just do not like changing frames at all. I mean, that's why I don't particularly like sunglasses, because my eyes just don't adjust to those new, it just takes forever. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. All right, my friends. So remember to chime in. Should I get a green tree for the mushroom collection or the lighted tree? I want to know. I want to know what you would do. Okay, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.